Okay, guys. Hello.
Hi.
Our structural
Hi.
engineer and MEP engineer. We are going to start. The reason Antonio is a bit fade. Antonio, can you come closer to our group here? In.
Yeah. Let me join.
Okay.
Please join the meeting.
So we can see clearly. That's good. Okay, then let's start. Today I'm going to show. Let me share my screen first. Let me share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, now today we're going to do some more interesting parts. So I'm sharing my Rhino window here. And last week we did how to draw lines and edit lines, yeah? Simply. Um, I'm just gonna draw one rectangle here. Um, just to let you know, all the commands were the same as AutoCAD. For example, I want to offset this this curve, then you can offset it. You can keep always there is a secondary option when you do the command here in Rhino. You can set distance, or you can do corner sharp or fillet, and all this kind of thing you can define. For example, I can make distance to 3 meter, and when you could click on the outer boundary, then the the um, the line is outside, we can offset it. And also, like for example, fillet is simple commands, right? You can set radius, different radius meter, and you can fillet. We can also chamfer, same as AutoCAD, nothing different, isn't it? So we can
Yeah.
also draw the line here in the middle. We can also do trim, for instance. We know all trim what trim is, so you can trim. We can also extend it, as you can see. If you have more than one line that you want to extend it somehow, it doesn't matter if it's like this different lengths, and we can do extend, hit boundary, and when you select them, that they are all extending. It's nice, eh?
No, that's nice.
So a lot of things. So for example, here I want to draw hatch. So you can do hatch command, and you want to select the boundary, but we don't have. You need to have closed boundary for the hatch. So what I'll do, I'll just trim. We trim here. I'll trim here. I'll trim here. I'll trim here. For example. So we can also split. Split command the same as AutoCAD. You can split. So we have. Let me split one more time. Split. Then somehow it doesn't split. I don't know why. Let me go out here. We can just split one more time. Maybe that they are all online. I don't know why it doesn't split, but then we can trim it. Let's just trim it. Oh, yeah. Oh. I'll explode it, so we have single line, and I'm sure now the split should work. Split based on this line, it splitted it, and I can trim. So it's just like AutoCAD, yeah? When you have this, here I also split it. So when you have this line that you can join them, then you have closed loop. When you type what, you can see this curve, particular curve is and closed polycurve. Okay? Now if you type hatch, you can select the boundary, and we can select type of hatch. So there are more hatch we can import, but basically these are the hatch you can use as a default. And this is hatch, and when you type what, this is hatch. Nice, huh? And if you explode hatch, then they becomes a line, every single line. Make sense? Very simple.
Okay. So
But it's very
if
very fast.
if it's not closed line, it will go just over.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you have to split it first, make closed region, and then okay.
Yeah. So we go a little bit deeper for the line style. Here we have a layer, right? And we have color of the line. You can set the material. Here we can change the line type. So first one I leave it continuous. The next layer I'll make a border, and the next one I'll make a center, and next one I'll make dash dot, and the other one dashed, and the last one let's make it to dots. You can also set the print color differently if you want. And here we have print width. So for example, we can make it to 1 millimeter width. The other one we can make it to, yeah, let's make it all different somehow, so you can really see the difference between these lines. And the last one, let's make it really really thick. And you can also make it no print. If no print means like just reference plane, like in Revit, yeah. You can change the color, print color to brown somehow. So in this case, now let's change each layer. So I can select change layer, select this one and change layer, and I can select this one and change layer. Actually, Rhino is really good for the 2D documentation also, because it's basically same as AutoCAD, which means you can really deal with a good drawing. So once we have like this kind of lines, and now if you type print command, then we can select the paper size, and also you can set the paper portrait or landscape. We can set right now as a vector output, and instead of we can choose print color. That means it reference the color from here, or you can choose display color, which is here because it is white, but you can also say black and white. Let me choose print color, and instead of we are using here top view, what I'll do, I'll set the window from the view out scale. I'll set window, and the window I'm gonna set a bit somehow like this, and I hit enter. That's the A4 size paper that we can get this different line weight, and you can also scale it to different scale, 1 to 50 for example, or 1 to 500 in A4 format. Let's make it 1 to 100. Sounds good. You can also change all these parameter, but for now I'll just print it as a PDF, and let's see what you get in the. I'll just put download. Test print, and it will print it out. Oops. I think my Rhino is crashed, but
Oh,
it's bad while you are recording in live, but that's how it should work, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah.
there's
And
always something like that.
let me.
Does it happen often?
Okay, because we crashed it, so I'll do it again here. So now we choose different line type, continuous to. Let's do it all the way again. If you have template, it's nice because already these are all set, so you don't have to do it. Remember last time I showed you how to set the template, yeah? And the print width, we can change it differently. 1 to 4 millimeter is the unit for this, and we can change the very thin line, for example, for the others. Yeah, so this is the setting when you print. Control P to print, and this time I will do vector output, of course, using print color. I will set the window, and we can set here from there down. You can change the scale, 1 to 100, 1 to 500 maybe, because it's bigger now. 1 to 200, yes, makes sense. And now if I print it, yeah, you can save to test print PDF, and it should print. I hope it's not breaking anymore. Wow. Something wrong with my computer maybe. I don't know. I'll hide it. It's that's embarrassing. But anyway, you can test it yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it crashed again. So we just skip. Anyway, you can practice and it will work. And also you can put these guys in the layout. Right now we are just printing in viewport like AutoCAD. When you have model view, you can print it there, right? In AutoCAD. And in Rhino, you can also add one more new layout, for instance. And you can say this plan or I don't know, whatever. And you can already set in before. I'll set Rhino PDF, and you can define the size of the space. And this is your already your layout, yeah. And here you can also make a title block, you know, like project name, blah blah. You can put here text and all this here, for example, the date, and so you can text. You can put when you command text, you can type text. For instance, yeah, something like that. And these are all according to your layer system. So if I hide it, then this is going to be hide. But you can like make whatever you like here, basically. And from this layout, of course, you can print it out.
I suppose it's not it's a standard option to copy this viewport twice or on layout.
You can make a lot of layout.
Yeah.
And you can also organize that like a sheet.
Not just layout. Now inside layout you can copy the viewport.
Yeah, no, it's viewport. If you double click, then this is the viewport, so you can scale also according.
Yeah, like in
Revit.
AutoCAD.
Yeah, like in AutoCAD. Yeah, exactly.
Revit. So those are our views, and we put in on a paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Okay.
Exactly. And we can go back to all this. So these are very useful. Let's make one example, very simple example. Let's say we have a box in 3D. Yeah, we have something like this cube. I just draw with a box, and maybe we snap here on another. By the way, if you hear smart track, then it will track your snap, and you can extrude it also like that. So let's say I want to draw a section of this, okay? Then section, you can type section, select object to draw section, and you can draw the section like that. And you finish. Let's see in here, you got the section line, yeah? Basically, of this object. This is a section. And here you can put hatch again.
And you can extract section lines.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Just like other AutoCAD actually, but it's a little bit better than AutoCAD in terms of so we can change object layer. We can change the color of this to be a bit gray, and we can make this thinner line, and the other we can make it thicker, like we always do. And if you print it, I'm not gonna print for sure this time, but just to show you for the vector. And I'm gonna set the window. Then you will see the different line weight actually, but it doesn't really show in this small screen. But you get what I mean, yeah? It kind of shows here if I turn it off. Let's make the thickness a bit bigger too. It doesn't really show in here, but you can see the difference. Okay, so that's just short demonstration how you can use this different curve tool, and that you can document just like AutoCAD, you know, trim, extend, chamfer, fillet, copy is copy. You can type copy, move, exactly same as AutoCAD, everything same. You can also put the dimension. So I'll double click on layer 1, and when you go to drafting here section, and as you can see we have so many dimension tool here. Or if you type command word dim, there are all the dimension options. Okay. For example, dim aligned, and I can put here and there, and you can get the dimension. Okay. I'll do one more time. The dimension style will use meters architectural, but you can make your own dimension style. And also, if you go options on the annotation style, we have architecture meter. You can also edit this particular one. For example, we can make here different type. You know what type you want. We can make it the arrow size. We can define, or the precision. It's a meter, and we can give the resolution a bit higher, so you can see real. You see, like this dimension. So when I do now dimension, dim, and then angled, aligned, it's because architectural meter architectural style we define. When I change, it comes with this style. Okay. Of course, if we change the object, the dimension will be updated as usual. Nice, huh?
Yeah, great.
So the dimension tool, you can have dim, so many options. So you can also put the angle, first line, second line, and the angle dimension. Dim. You can also dim. You can put the area of this particular object. Okay. Dim. So many dimensions of curve length. Dim diameter. What will be good curve length? We can dimension curve length, because it's actually very engineering software, which means you can really do more dimension type than Revit, for example, Revit does. Yeah? So if I increase the length of this line or shorten it, they all update. Isn't it better?
It's very nice. It's interesting.
It's very nice, eh?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So 2D part is more or less done. We can go to 3D part finally. So let's delete all of this. I'm gonna do so 3D part. We go with the surface tool. When you click standard option here and pull out, this is basically surface creation. Okay. So first option, you can use 3 or 4 corner points. So if you drop 3 points and then hit enter, you can get the triangular. So let me go to the 3D view. And in my screen, it shows purple. It's because the normal direction is flipped. And there is option if you go display, and you can see here color back faces. If you tick and you can define back face color, then you can show the different the back face. For example, I can change to red, then this part it will be red. Okay, if I don't show it, then it will be just normal. So it will show. I like the magenta as a back face color. And you see here when you draw, let me draw 4 points and enter. There is this ISO curve in the middle defining UV direction of the surface. This you can also hide it if you don't like it, if you want to just see without ISO curve. If now the direction, I'll do command flip, and it will flip the direction of your surface. Again, if I show ISO curve, then it will show the ISO curve. You can put the shadow if you want. You know, different options, surface edge, you can hide it. So many options here, but yeah, for now we can just do it. So 3 points, enter, or 4 points, enter. That's how you can make surface. For example, you can snap end point, and you can make surface, for instance. Okay. When you select surface, if you press F10 or command point points on, then you can see the control point of surface. So you can select and you can move it, then you can manipulate the surface. Okay. For example, if you want to do this kind of shape, now we have surface. I'm curious next week when you do RFM session, if we can just export this as a DXF and then in RFM just defining that as a shell component, for instance. Yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting to see, because that's the power of Rhino. We can really flexibly manipulate geometry. Okay, next one, we have a surface creation with 4 points. Now I'm gonna draw a complete plane curve, and this next one you can draw planar surface. What is the condition? The curve has to be plane on the construction plane. So if it's rotated, it's okay. We can still create it because it's plane. But if this one of the points slightly over, and this is no longer plane object, right? So in this case, this command doesn't work. It's called planar surf. Command was it planar surf. That's the command was. But you can use this icon. What is good in this case, when you have a opening or something, you can select 2 of them. You can surface, then that's your result. And Rhino is so easy. You can draw.
Sorry, mate. Just one question. And if you create 2 surface on a different level and connect them together, is it possible to merge them to get an opening?
Merge them, you mean?
If you have one big and one small, and if you put it one together.
Like this together, you mean? Together?
No. I think that if you have this big rectangular and small rectangular separate, you know, and if those are two surface, you know, is it possible later to measure them?
Yeah, sure. Sure. I'll show you how to make. It's very simple.
Probably he just cut out.
Yeah. For example, this is a single surface. Yeah. You can draw wherever this curve you want to draw in here, and you can type just simply split, and it's already making opening.
Split. He made an opening inside the surface with option split.
Yeah. Or let's say if you have a circle somewhere. Right now we are always drawing same construction plane. Our work plane is on the same level. That's why the curve are there. And you can also just type split and hit enter, and you will split it. Very simple, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Very cool. And also you can type F10 again. In this case, it doesn't show the vertex of this opening area. Even though you press F10, it only shows these 4 points. But if you hold your Control key and Shift key at the same time, hold your Control and Shift at the same time, and then you click the H line, you can change it, or you can select points, and you can also edit it. Once you edit, becomes organic shape. When you move edge, then it's also this is the power of Rhino. It's so flexible. I think to model this in other software will take some time, yeah. But in Rhino, it's really easy. Okay, so next one, let's go. I'll show network surface later. The easiest one, third one that we look is Loft. It's called Loft. Again, it's very simple tool. Let's say you have multiple curves that has a bit different size in different level. Like in Revit, you can loft it, yeah, the object when you make a family. So here you have 3 curves. You can select and you can loft it. When you hit enter, it shows this different typology. Let me go to here. Again, select loft. enter, and we can choose the style from normal to loose, and you can see the preview. Yeah? Tight, straight section, uniform, and etc. Normal, and you can also rebuild more control point if you want, much more, or you can do not simplify, and etc. Closed loop means, yeah. So there are different options you can use, and you can finish the option. So I'll go, for example, on the front view. Let's say I want to make a very organic surface. So I draw one curve line from front, and from the perspective I'm gonna copy a couple of them, and maybe this one I will change the control point a bit, like differently. Here also, maybe I'll scale it eventually here a bit and move it a bit down. And now if I loft it, 3 of them, and we get the surface, and the direction is opposite, so I flip it. That's how you can create surface with lofting tool. And also you can rebuild. We revealed the curve last week, and when you type revealed, we can also reveal the surface. So right now the prototype is UV direction. So there are different directions. I'll make it a bit more complex. So we have a 10 by 10 division, or maybe let's make V direction 5 only, 7 only. So we have this kind of prototype. When you hit OK, then this is the rebuild surface. Okay. And if you press F10, of course, we can select all different control points, and you can move it to manipulate the geometry. Okay. How are you guys going? All good?
Yeah. This is very, very, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll show you one nice tool. There's extract wireframe. Extract wireframe. This is the command. Extract wireframe.
Okay.
And when I extract wireframe, these are all the curve from this. Okay. So you can also export this as DXF to apply member in RFM.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. We can.
Yes. First, you can then. I suppose then we can split them. Smaller also.
Yeah.
Create the line from them, and as we speak last time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So we have like a rebuild curve, which is these doesn't match, but yeah, you can see we can have this kind of
can you now make that he creates lines from intersection point to intersection point?
Yeah. So you snap it here, intersect snap from your OSNAP, and you draw line, and you can snap turn off endpoint, so intersection point, turn off smart, intersection to intersection.
Okay. Amazing.
So this, I think, we are looking just very random geometry, but Antonio, you can also think about this as a pipe, yeah? Because eventually there's a pipe tool, and you can pipe them as a flash duct or something. I don't know. Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm sure right now the most of building 90% of building we are doing is very simple structure. But if you have chance work with some complex building, or I don't know, bridge or something, I'm sure you need the pipes going through like different shape. It shouldn't be only just straight pipe. Depends.
Well, the straight pipe is the best pipe.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. But I saw one day this kind of nuclear plant. They have this project in like, I don't know, somewhere in Middle East, and a friend of mine is MEP engineer was asking to model the pipe goes exactly like somehow this kind of geometry, you know, from the plant, and just using only Revit was difficult for him. So in this case, could be
Yeah, I
nice.
can imagine because in Revit you have only straight pipes, and if you use flexible pipe, it's really hard to control it.
Exactly. So you can imagine how Rhino could be useful, because Rhino even they are inside of Revit now. So all these things you can directly transfer to Revit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Okay, so we are continuing some more surface tour. I think I also made a YouTube video about the surface tour. Maybe something I'm not explaining today, you can also watch in our channel here. If you go, I think videos. Uh, sorry, maybe from home. If you go to Rhino, the day Rhino play, or there should be one video. Top 50 commands for architects and engineer. There is a surface tour, you know. But you can check it out. But yeah, there you can see some more things. But I think I'm gonna show everything what we need to use it as an engineer. Yeah, architects and
Mm-hmm.
engineer. And the next one is very nice. 2 or 3, 4 edge curve. As long as we have two edge line, we can create surface. So I can select first edge, second edge, finish, and that's the surface already. Flip. Amazing, yeah. Again, let me try first and second, and it recognized the and creating the surface. That's simple. We can try it here. I can select first and second edge. It will create this kind of surface.
Yeah, that's very nice. I'm still thinking about spiral staircase or
Yes, exactly. So here, for example, when you draw the curve, you can just use this tool, first one, here and there, and you can finish surface. Okay. Also, one of the commands I like, solid points on. Then you can also see the control points of this opening, so you can actually manipulate them. Okay. What is it? Okay, came. You see? Solid points on. I'll move it back to the location, so we have a opening here. I think you can also scale it. So from while we are doing, you can also scale, and the scale doesn't work for this case, but mouse right button, solid points on, you can put it down. I didn't. You can put it up and down, and we can already make something nice. Okay.
Okay, and what if if I have, for example, an wall under this surface, I can extend this wall through the surface, make intersection, and then my wall will follow this top of wall will follow this surface. Or
yeah, you can, let's imagine there is wall.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay.
While we are extrude it, we can extrude it basically with this. Yeah. Imagine this is the wall that below of this surface. What you can do is you can split it. Command split based on this surface. Then this will be.
Then this will be, okay.
Then it's a wall. But it doesn't follow if I change the surface. So if I change here somehow to this, it doesn't. This wall doesn't follow.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So I should then.
You can we can
extend the
in,
wall.
we
Top, make split another once
scale
more time.
1D. Yeah, that's why the grasshopper is useful. Then when you
Ah.
use grasshopper, this will all follow.
Okay.
Split, then you can split again as well. There are some points you can record the history. For example, I'll draw some circle here. Yeah, and I'll move this up and here up. And then now while we are in this case, we can record history. You see here? Record history. And I can, while we are recording history, we can loft it. So we create this surface. When it's recorded, if I move it, for example, a bit, then this will update also. This is what maximum grasshopper Rhino can do, but of course grasshopper is so much better.
With more possibilities.
Yeah, but it's already good, eh?
Yeah.
It's already good, not bad. So I think the other part of surface not that important, so we'll move on. There are some surface editing tool, and then we'll move on to solid object. And I think that's pretty much what you needed for Rhino basics, you know. You already, it's so simple, this software is so simple that you don't need to learn so much actually. What is your impression, engineers?
I was really curious about Rhino because I just had a short overview of the possibilities, and I'm really interested because I think it's really good for creating this
Geometry, yeah.
geometry, many different kinds of geometries, and this combination from creation, simplifying the this complex geometry inside Rhino is really easy to make it. That's what for me, like structural engineer, is very important. So I can create a regular line which can I later import in my structural software.
You can re-engineering the stuff in Rhino. And Grasshopper has so many plugins for engineering software, so you can directly, you know, calculate like RFM or whatever. So it will be very interesting. I want to see more like updates from Antonio later, like how MEP engineer will use Rhino, but I'm sure there are a lot of things you can also do.
Yeah, I agree. I can see some. I have some ideas, but I just need to practice a little bit more to try to implement them.
Yeah. Okay. Then guys, that's all for today, and we continue next week if nothing changed. And looking forward. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jungo.
Thank you, guys.
Have a nice weekend.
You
too.
Bye bye. Bye.